Alright, we're actually in it now. We were having some technical difficulties earlier, but with any luck, this will actually be working now. So, hello everybody. For those of you who missed what I was trying to say earlier, is today we're playing Super Crush K.O. And I kind of wanted to go over and sort of do a stream of consciousness on what I'm doing with these streams and what I'm doing with the channel later. But first, let's talk about Super Crush K.O. I have not heard much about this game. I've been convinced to try this game mostly on word of mouth. It's a 2D character action game, and as you can see, the plot is pretty threadbare. Our protagonist, Cat, gets kidnapped, and we gotta go save him. And so we fight. Noom. So that's Super Crush KO. We're gonna start playing it in a bit, but okay, so you can use the D-pad. That's good. I did have a deeper purpose for this stream, however. But basically, I kind of wanted to iron out where I wanted this channel to go from here, because it feels like most of what I've been doing, my original goal was to stream as a way to, yeah, this looks very Devil May Cry, but cute. I wanted to sort of iron out where I wanted the channel to go, because I think that the original goal was to have these streams as a way to supplement my channel so it wouldn't just be content free. So it wouldn't just be content free in between videos. Because I do have a couple of projects in the works. I recently finished Death Stranding, and I really want to write something about that, even though it's many much smarter people on YouTube have said interesting things about Death Stranding already. But I also had a couple of videos set for in the writing stages for stuff like Paper Mario the Origami King, the Great Backlog Offensive 2020, which I mentioned a couple years ago and haven't really touched on YouTube since. That is almost done. I am finishing the last game in it, or at least I'm on my way to finishing the last game within it. I did make an executive decision after everything that has happened with after all the news with Chris Avellone earlier this year. I've decided to drop one of the games in favor of a different one. So instead of Divinity Original Sin 2, we are playing we're going to be playing Disco Elysium, which is interesting so far. I started that last night, and it is absolutely engrossing and interesting and weird. I don't know if I would call it fun, but it is certainly neat. And ultimately, I feel like having these streams is kind of... I'm discovering that it is becoming less of a way to keep the channel populated and more of an excuse for me not to write videos. So I'm wondering if I want to have these streams less often. Also, hello. That's how I'm pronouncing it from here on out. Thank you. That is my most popular video, and I sadly don't really use the Steam controller very often anymore, even though that's kind of a bigger part of my channel's identity. But I was kind of hoping on doing a follow-up video at some point in the near-ish future. Just sort of following up now that the Steam controller has been discontinued, and just kind of doing a post-mortem of it, because it did a lot of really cool things, and I sadly don't use it anymore all that much. However, I think that it helped pave the way for a lot of really important developments in game accessibility. And that shouldn't be ignored. It definitely shouldn't be ignored. So after that, and what will inevitably be another top 10 of 2020 video. And yes, there are enough games that have come out in 2020 to warrant a top 10 video. I don't know what's going to come after that. I have a long list of games that I want to do. Ouch. I have a long list of games that I want to do videos on. And these streams, I think, are useful for, if nothing else, granting coverage to games that don't necessarily warrant having giant essays written about them. At least in the same way that I've written essays on, like, Nier Automata or Undertale or other games that I have, like, you know, 5,000 to 10,000 words to talk about. Like, this game is cute. It's neat. It is a fun take on a fun spin on Devil May Cry, and character action games. Without necessarily being the deepest game in the world. And that's kind of what I think would be deemed stream worthy in the near future, would be smaller stuff like this. Perhaps in the future I might cover something like Hades. I have heard that Nier 1 is very good story-wise, but leaves a lot to be desired when it comes to the game. However, I get that take from other people and not myself, and I am planning on playing the remaster when it eventually comes to modern platforms, whichever those modern platforms may be. I think it's coming to PC, so we'll see. But yeah, lots of stuff that I want to work on. Just 2020 has been a lot, and I am not paying as much attention as I should. 2020 has been a lot, and until recently, I have not even had time to play many games, let alone write about them. Which is something that has changed recently. I have found myself, shall we say, free to talk about fun stuff. Uppercut Slice. Yep, this is definitely Devil May Cry. Also kind of getting Guacamelee vibes from this, slightly. Yeah, I heard that it's, is it a remake? Remaster? Whatever the word that kids are using for it nowadays. Does it use emulation? No. I say that like I'm not totally excited to play Mario Sunshine on Switch again. There we go. I'm getting the hang of it now. This is a character action game. Yeah. Oh, the music changes. That is very cool. Oh, and I get a little cat logo at the top. Well, that breaks that. But yeah, lots of stuff that I want to do for the channel. It's just a matter of finding the motivation to do it amongst all of the grief and all of the mental health crises that come with being a human being in the year of our Lord 2020. So, yeah. Yeah. That's how it be. So they are rebuilding near. Is it Gestalt that they're remaking here, and they're building it from the ground up? Come on, George, pay attention. You're better at character action games than this. I really should get around to Replicant, yeah, okay, yeah. That's kind of what I meant. I didn't know. I am a scrub and not a real fan, trademark. Well, I mean, not a real fan. I say that even though I wrote a giant essay on Automata. Air pop. Point an enemy to lock on. You can chain up to 3 in a... Okay. So, Bayonetta's up B. Yep. Yeah. So it is a remake then. Of Nier Replicant, I should say. See, now it's happening again. I'm discovering that I just don't talk when I'm focused on the game. But for the future, I am planning longer form videos on Paper Mario the Origami King, chiefly. I can't move past that, okay. Paper Mario the Origami King chiefly is the one I'm working on right now. I'm also excited to work on content for Death Stranding. I think that game affected me in a really interesting way, considering everything that's been going on this year. And that I think there is a more nuanced take to be had aside from just, oh, it's just like the pandemic, because everybody and their mother has made that point about the game. I think there is more to it than that, for certain. So, lots of stuff that I want to do. You think it wasted 80 hours of your life for nothing? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I think that, I don't know if I would call it a waste. It's more so that it's just a different kind of, game from what I think people were expecting from Kojima. In fact, I think that that's kind of the angle I wanted to go about it from. Was I wanted to talk about how it sort of deconstructs action game tropes very purposefully. It felt like a very deliberate response to the kinds of games that Kojima used to make and was famous for. And I feel like people who say, like, oh, I didn't get anything out of that game, or it was too boring, or it's just walking over and over again, I feel like they're kind of missing the point of all of it. Like, that's why it exists, and it's okay not to like that, but I wouldn't say that it's a waste of time. This game stands in very sharp contrast to Death Stranding now that I'm actually thinking about it. This game is, as Kojima would put it, all about sticks, so to speak. That's understandable. I think it is very deliberately... I think its pace is very deliberate, and people who dislike it for being very slow, I can understand if that's not their jam. But at the same time, this has been a long, hard year, and having a nice, slower-paced game to play has been a bit of a relief. Come on, George, you're better at this game than this. Talky hard when playing big, flashy character action game. Ah, well. This is what I get for talking about Death Stranding's narrative while trying to play a difficult character action game. Ah, well. There we go. Kind of had to actually play the game for a minute. It is, it did release last year, but let's be real. The real version came out this year, am I right? Nah, I'm just kidding. You do you, PlayStation people. I wanted to be sure to play it this year when I knew that people were going to be online. And I also, let's be real, I wanted to play it at 60 frames per second. Is that so wrong? But the PlayStation version is definitely valid, and I'm not going to diss people who enjoyed it on that system. Wow. Yeah, this game sort of reminds me of Guacamelee a little bit. Like, it's obviously not a Metroidvania, but it's got that same kind of 2D combat. I am playing this on Switch because I expected to play it months ago on the bus. But, I did not have time then, and I don't ride the bus anymore, so here I am. Well, I should say I don't ride the bus at the moment because I have no need to. It's a new enemy. Huh. So yeah, this game's pretty rad. I dig new ability. Super Beam KO. Okay, so that's the final smash. Yep. And I can't aim it. That would have been good to know. Oh well. I can still take him down the hard way. It's no biggie. Nothing lost, really. There we go. This is actually kind of rad, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe someday when it's back in stock and the bots haven't bought all of it. That'd be nice. It would be neat if I could, you know, buy it. Actually, the 30 series is my incentive to find stable work again. If I can find a stable living by the end of the year, I definitely am planning on picking up the a 3080, finally making the 4K jump. It would be neat. I've been holding off on playing Control until I know I can run it at its most bonkers good graphic settings. There we go. Now we're getting into a groove. I feel like my feelings towards next gen are very ambivalent because there's not a lot that's on next gen that I really want to play that I can't play already. Like the big launch title that I'm excited for is Demon's Souls, and that's something I own on PS3 already, so why even? Ah! Hit detection. Why? Yeah, there's not... Even Miles Morales, I'm still kind of salty at Insomniac for the sexual misconduct scandal. And so without Demon's Souls and Miles Morales, there's just... what is there left, even? There's Deathloop, which I can get on PC. There's Resident Evil 8, which I can also get on PC. There's, I guess there's probably gonna be, yeah, have fun. Take care of yourself. Wear a mask. I guess there's, I guess Ragnarok's coming at one of these points. But aside from that, like, I'll pick up a PC card. I can still play. If I upgrade my PC, I will still be able to play Deus Ex Game of the Year edition. Is that what it's called? The original. I mean, the one that's on GOG. Ouch. I mean, I can't play that on PS5, can I? So yeah, there's also the idea that I've mentioned in many conversations before that this is just an extraordinarily bad year to have a new console launch. People are feeling it's probably not best to release a giant $400 machine when people are feeling their most financially insecure. So, I mean, it's a situation where Sony and Microsoft probably already had plans set in stone to release these consoles, to release these consoles by year's end. And laser beam. So it's not like they weren't gonna sell their consoles, but at the same time, it's a bad time to do so. It's a very bad time to do so. That hit? What? Oh well. Camera, hello. I'm here. There we go. But yeah, that's the state of gaming. That's how it is sometimes. And what can you do but just play some Super Crush K.O. It's a fun video game. Half forgot that I could dash there for a minute. Okay, so no, right, double jumps. Okay. I probably wasted that. I really should get around to DMC5 one of these days. I mean, it's getting Virgil soon. What's the excuse? There we go. I am getting the hang of this video game. So as for future streaming plans, that's kind of what I want to figure out. Is I want to figure out where to draw the line between working on giant video essays, like I used to and want to, while also reminding YouTube that I am not dead, and finding time for smaller games like this one. I was bound to ruin that combo sometime. There we go. C'est la vie. It is. I have finally reached the point where the focus has no longer become survival. Well, it might if I keep whiffing all this. But the focus has ceased to become survival. It has become optimization. There we go. Gonna keep rescuing our cat, y'all. That's what this game's all about. It's about rescuing cats. All right, getting that pure platinum medal, and I'm guessing, yep, this is the boss fight. So, who knows how this will play out? Who? Oh, that's an unfortunate name. Who are you? I am called Nunya. 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 That's an earthquake. Hey, Alaska friends, you probably felt that. That was an earthquake. None ya business. No, but for real, my name's Ann. What are you doing with Chubbs? It's a great cat name. I'm gonna take him and cuddle him, and we're gonna be best friends. Ugh, Chubbs, I'm literally trying to rescue you here. Now destroy her, Mecha 1. Wait, Mecha what now? This game has the best kind of character action story. Ah. Ah, focus, George. You're better than this. There we go. We're doing it. We're doing it. I dodged that. Come on. There we go. We got through with an A rank. That's, for a first playthrough, that's probably good enough. Under a minute. Dang. All right. Oh, they'd better get bigger. Wouldn't be a real character action game if the bosses weren't gigantic. This game's fantastic. This game's nice. Kind of low effort, kind of wholesome. Well, the game itself isn't whole effort, low effort. It's more so it's just a nice way to chill. It is low stress, so to say. Difficult as it may be. I really should silence my phone during these streams. Make a better habit of that. So one thing I am trying to figure out in these streams is I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to keep the focus on singular indie games like I am here, with only like one stream per game, like I have been doing with stuff like Moon or this or Death Stranding, or if I want to do what my good friends over at Smasterpieces are doing and just play through a game on stream. You know, just do it in multiple sessions if need be. But just have this be sort of a space where I am playing my games. And the tricky part about that is that I don't want it to become, like, work. You know? Even though it is already kind of that. That's already how I kind of play games, generally. But also, there's something nice knowing that I don't have to be entertaining in front of a camera while I play my games. Come on. Come on, George. Come on, George. You're better than this. Come on, George. I'm good at video games, I swear. I promise. Gotta practice being more patient with myself. Oh, come on, George. George, why? There we go. We're getting back into it. There we go. There we go. Now we're playing a video game. George. Why are these slow-moving saw blades your worst enemy in this game? There is a certain urgency in keeping the combo going. Oh, George, you aimed it the wrong way. Why'd you aim it the wrong way, George? There we go. See, we can do it. All right. I think now that I've kind of said my piece and talked about what I wanted to talk about with this stream, I think with this next level, we will probably call it a stream. It'll be a pretty short stream today. I'm going to still work out what my next stream will be and when it will be. I don't know if it will be more of this or if I'm going to keep playing this off stream, maybe. I am thinking I want to get around to Hades now that it's released. Same goes for bullets per minute. That's been another one that's been on my to playlist. Yeah. Gonna have to make sure that friend of the stream, Peachy Cat, sees this game. Looks like her kind of jam. Okay, platforming. Makes sense. Yeah, not keeping that S rank for the next encounter. Alas. George, you wasted it again. Maybe next time I won't mindlessly waste my laser the next time I see just a small congregation of enemies. Knockout. Yeah. Those feel so good. This game does nail the feeling of being like, yeah, I did it. Just the serotonin rush or dopamine rush of getting a good score in these kinds of games. Where's the enemy, George? Yep. George. There we go. Oh, George, you wasted it again. I appreciate that you can screw it up, though. It's not just a mindless murder everything on screen button. Gotta be careful when you press buttons. Can't just mash Y over and over again. All right, and with that, I think we will call it a short stream. Hopefully, it won't be too long until I've finished my next video, which again will be on Paper Mario: The Origami King. And as for our next live game, I'm thinking probably a couple weeks from now it will be either more of this or we will start up Hades, depending on how I'm feeling. Because I feel like, while it is nice to have my reactions to games in full, I think it is also important to showcase many, many different kinds of games in case people might see something that strikes their fancy. And so that way, if somebody's watching this and thinking, oh, Super Crush K.O, I don't know if that's my jam. So that way they won't tune in next week and find that it's just more of that. But we'll see. It will probably be Hades. So with that, stay safe, wear your masks, and have a good one out there. Take care of yourselves, everybody.